So tonight I watched Cheryl Dunye's The Watermelon Woman, which premiered at the Berlin Film Festival in 1996 and then had a release in America in 1997. Stars Cheryl Dunye as a woman also named Cheryl who works in a video rental store and is after renting a film. She's been renting films that feature Black actresses from the 30s like Hattie McDaniel and Louise Beavers, and then she finds this one actress known as the Watermelon Woman, and she decides she's going to make a documentary about that. And the whole rest of the film is her going through the motions of making this documentary, as well as getting hit on and seduced and then broken up with by a hot white lady customer. So Cheryl Dunye is a Black lesbian. That's a very important aspect of this film. So I'm going to spoil a huge thing here. It's a mockumentary. It's not real. And if you know film history, you know it's not real from the beginning because the actress who she later finds out is named Faye Richards made all these films with a director whose name was Martha Page, who's supposed to be a big Hollywood director. And if you know your film history, you know that Martha Page is not Dorothy Arzner. However, if you know your film history, you know that Dorothy Arzner was a big fat lesbian. So, there's a little bit of playing with history there. And then the title card at the end is really sad. It's, how did it go? Sometimes you have to create your own history. The Watermelon Woman is fiction. Cheryl Dunye, 1996. It's kind of a bummer because you're like, you really wished that this was a real discovery for her as a 25-year-old Black lesbian filmmaker, But then you get why she wants to make a film showing in search of this history, I guess. Wishing it was there. Knowing those sort of stories are there. It's just finding them. Because obviously there has been lesbians forever, and there's been Black lesbians forever, and there's been every kind of lesbians forever, and both Black women and lesbians are sort of some of the most underrepresented people in cinema, and Black lesbians, forget about it, So I thought this was a really astounding film. It was shot on a budget of $300,000, so its production values are very small, and some of the acting is not as good as say Cheryl's acting, which is superb. And Camille Paglia plays herself. Am I saying her last name correctly? Yeah, Paglia. And she's trying to say that the mammy trope in films is sort of a great thing, and I can't tell, I don't know enough about Camille Paglia to know, did she know that she was sounding ridiculous? Was she supposed to sound ridiculous? Is she actually ridiculous? I don't know. It was definitely satire. I was unsure if she was in on the joke. Somebody who knows more on the subject can tell me if she was in on that joke, or if she was just being really serious and not knowing that she was going to be used as a joke. What else? There's this great montage of all the wonderful women who worked in the entertainment industry in the 30s and 40s. Ethel Waters and Lena Horne, and it's just tough to be a white person realizing that white people are the reason that representation is so shitty for everybody else, It's part of why I always make sure I watch films that aren't just by white people, is I don't want to limit myself to my own, experience. I already know what it's like to be a white girl. I'm pretty good at knowing what that's like. I want to know what it's like for everybody else, or at least how filmmakers are able to portray what it's like for everybody else. And I think that's really important, and I feel like a lot of people miss out on the fact that cinema lets us into worlds that we wouldn't normally get to know about. And I don't understand why we continually tell the same stories about the same kind of people when we have a medium that allows us to explore the whole world and like the stories of everybody. I just think that's such bullshit. I should have been the founder of everything, and then things would be fine, because then everyone would get to tell their stories from the beginning. But sadly, I was born in 1986, so what can you do? Cinema was already 100 years old at that point, and I am not a time traveler. Also, if I was a time traveler, I don't know, things would get all messed up probably. Don't mess with time travel. That's what I've learned from movies. Among other things. I'm rambling now. I really like this movie. It's on Amazon Prime. Shout out to my mom who let me use her Amazon Prime account to watch this. If you don't have Amazon Prime, it's available to rent on YouTube. And I gotta say, if you don't have Amazon Prime, the YouTube rental thing is so much better than Amazon Prime. I hate the Amazon Prime player. It's terrible. I hate the Amazon player just in general. It's like, dude, you're so good at everything else, and your player sucks. I have not seen anything else by Cheryl Dunye. I was looking at her IMDb page, and the titles of her films and shorts sound very intriguing, so I need to look her up, and I really, really, really enjoyed this film. I saw one guy on Mubi who said he didn't get it, and I was just like, it's probably because you're a white dude, and you don't have to create your own history. Maybe. I don't know. But also white dudes are the worst. That's just my opinion. They are. So yes, The Watermelon Woman, 1996 by Cheryl Dunye. It's on Amazon Prime and YouTube for rent, and it's fantastic, and you should definitely watch it.